Now, sustainability may be a theme that runs across 21st century cities. But what really will define these cities is how different and distinguished they are from one another. In the audience today is Ed Glazer. Ed is a distinguished Harvard professor, an urbanist, and a newly appointed board member here at ULI. Ed has a great phrase: "The world may be flat, but it's not uniform." The world may be flat, but it's not uniform. If there's one lesson that Tishman Speyer has learned in our 30 years of pioneering the globalization of the real estate industry, it's exactly that. We have gone global by going local. If you go to our offices in Brazil, every single person is fluent in Portuguese. It's the same theme in China, in India, in France, across our global footprint. This focus on being local allows us to avoid mistakes and correct the mistakes quickly that we don't avoid. I'm going to give you a couple of examples ranging from Vastu to the rising sun. We entered India in 2006, and our first project was a building in a city called Hyderabad in southern India. It's one of the technology hubs of the country. We brought in Pei Cobb-Fried, one of the world's great architecture firms, and the idea was to produce a modern office building with perfectly efficient floors that would appeal to multinational companies who couldn't find quality space and a reliable landlord. In order to make the floor most efficient, we took a bunch of the core elements, the staircase, conduit, bathrooms, and we put them in the northeast corner of the building. It looked great on paper, but for the Indian principle of Vastu. Now, when we entered India, we didn't know Vastu from Diwali, from chicken tandoori. But we quickly learned that Vastu is the Indian equivalent of Feng Shui. How to use space to promote good luck and prosperity. And the number one lesson of Vastu is that good luck is found in the northeastern direction. So you could not have found a worse place to put your opaque core elements. Well, we discovered this before we started construction. We switched the plans around, and the project went on to be a great success. I want to give you another example, also with a very happy outcome, one that doesn't involve Tishman Speyer, from Shanghai 15 years ago. A Japanese developer was chosen to build the tallest skyscraper in the world. And at the top of the building, he created negative space in the shape of a circle in order to relieve some of the stress from wind. He created a different kind of stress when the mayor of Shanghai saw the plans with that circle, because the mayor thought that circle was the developer trying to foist the rising sun of China above the Shanghai skyline. Any of us who understand the historical relationship between China and Japan can understand why that didn't go over well. The developer switched the circle to a rectangle. The building went on to be an enormous commercial success, but most importantly, it is a point of pride for everybody who lives in Shanghai. They think of it as their building, and it has become one of the icons of contemporary China. An irony is that we've seen more than a dozen Chinese developers undertake plans over the last couple of years to go global. At Tishman Speyer, we're lucky to be partnered with the biggest of them all, China Vanke. Together, we are developing the largest residential project in the history of San Francisco. I'll never forget meeting the founder and chairman, Wang Shi. Now, Wang Shi is one of the most famous and respected businessmen in all of China. He has like 7 million followers on Twitter. I think I have 27. But when I first met Wang Shi, he said to me, "We want to create a big business in the United States. But first, we have to learn. And we want companies like yours to teach us about your customs and your business practices, because that's the only way we're going to succeed." Chairman Wang may not have known the nuances of every metro market in the US, but he sure grasped the essence of global business. And my guess is that China Vanke and their peers are going to see great success as they roll out in the US, Europe, and beyond.